Yeah, I never. Wait, hold on. Yeah, alright. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Yeah, I don't like that machine. That treadmill there sucks. Reason? Is because it says it's in kms when it's not. So it's just super inaccurate, super unreliable. The machine next to me, the treadmill next to me says it's in kilometers, but it's not. It's in miles, but it just looks really weird. Just had to point that out. We're just gonna be walking as usual. We might run later, maybe. But walking and going up the stairs seem fine to me. We should really improve our heart rate. I think stairs improve the heart rate, so is running. But yeah, should be right. 5 speed feels pretty chill right now too. Right, five right now. Is there anything to talk about? All I know is that today we'll be doing another ARC stream, Cooked Earth. Cooked Earth episode 9. We've got a lot of work to do. We're gonna get a very strong forge. We're gonna get an RG. No, we're gonna get another Thala and another Anki. And then we're gonna start building the army towards the trench. Sounds exciting, doesn't it? Sure does. It sure does. No, there's nothing really to talk about today. Oh, we ate like 800 grams of rice today. We ate. Okay, hold on. I really need to stop slurring my words. We consumed 800 calories. Correction. We consumed 800 plus grams of rice yesterday. So today we should weigh around 70 kgs plus. Probably. However, I think today we're going to be eating muesli. Somewhere around like that. Okay, we're walking at 6 speed now. This is kind of faster than. It definitely feels a lot faster than 5 speed. 5 speed feels a lot more natural for a fast walk. 6 speed feels like a borderline of just speed walking and running. 5.5 is okay, but 6 speed definitely doesn't feel right. Like the pacing on 6 speed when you're walking just doesn't feel right. But the pace on 5 or 5.5 is alright to us. It's just enough length between our feet to make it still feel like a walk rather than a speed walk. Today's weather's really dry still. Even though it's wet, it's still dry. And it was yesterday we had like an error. Somehow yesterday we I fell asleep in the middle of the day. I know, right? Shocker. I think it's because I didn't drink any coffee. Yeah. It was like yesterday I drank zero coffee in the morning, and then somehow during lunchtime I literally got knocked out for like 4 hours. 1 or 2 hours plus a wee awakening, and then 2 hours again. And it was like the worst sleeping position ever. I just straight up laid on the bed and then just disappeared. Crazy. So yesterday I was more like sleeping. That's okay though, because we still managed to do a cooked earth episode and like a few stories to react to. Haven't started the Scum's Wish yet. Not yet. Probably should do that, huh? I have no idea what to talk about. I don't even know what the news is lately. We're most likely going to have to run for the next 10 minutes or so because walking at 5 speed isn't going to doesn't reach 5 or 3 miles. Hold on, how much is 3 miles? 5 kilometers anyways. 3.1 miles. Okay. So it should really be running at 3.1, not 3. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. But apparently if we run at like 12 speed, we'll be able to reach 1 mile in like less than 10 minutes. We'll go give that a test again. The headphones might fall off though. Okay, 5 minutes. No, 15 minutes. We're at 1.5. So Let's see how much we get in 5 minutes. Okay, let's check our heart rate real quick. Okay, so it turns out in 5 minutes of 12 speed, we basically reach 0.9 miles. So not exactly 10. No, correction. It's not exactly 1 miles, but it's pretty damn close. So yeah, 1 mile is around 5 minutes, slightly more, which kind of makes sense considering that when we ran at 11 to 12 speed, we completed six. We completed 6 miles in around 34 minutes. So technically, if we run at 13 or 14 speed, we'll be able to hit under 30 minutes, 10 kilometers. But yeah, alright, so let's check the heart rate. The heart rate is, it's not saying the heart rate. 120. Looks like our heart rate still beats faster on the stairs. Yeah, so heartbeat, the heart beats faster in the stairs, even though we ran for like 5 minutes straight. So it looks like if we continue running at that speed, yeah, in order to hit 10 kilometers under 30 minutes, we're gonna have to be running at like 14 speed non-stop, 14 to 15, 16 speed for 30 minutes straight. If we ever want to reach 9.82, no, 9.89, no, 9.98 miles, no, kilometers. Yeah, so we've got a long way to go actually. It's alright. If we ever do go serious though, we really have to take off the headphones. The mic joke was too much. And also the towel kept breaking apart. But currently I do enjoy just doing the steer machine with no handles and occasionally walking slash running. But we haven't actually done like a full run in a while. But I don't really mind the stairs and the walk slash run. They're a lot more I guess they're not as boring. Kind of. I mean, running and walking is actually fine because I get to talk. But we don't really have anything to talk about. Now, can I maintain 12 speed for 30 minutes? Probably. Yeah. It's going to be definitely painful, but we have done 11 speed at like 34 minutes non-stop, so can't be that bad. Slightly faster. But the cardio is good. So, yeah, cardio is all good. 3.1 miles for the walking rest of the way. That 5 minutes for the 1 mile push is pretty good. I'm surprised that it only takes. No, I'm not surprised. Because then again, if you calculate it properly, that's how it's supposed to work. Is there anything else to say besides that everything's chilling right now? The news about war and stuff has gone under the peons again, as usual. You know, it's only relevant for a few days and then it just becomes a ghost, a background to what happens. You always wonder how people in history, when there's like so much war, but then people in history still chilling. And then it's like, well, because everyone was chilling. It's kind of interesting how war is so hidden. Because like apparently Russia and Ukraine are still at war, right? But the occasional drone footages and everything, you really see nothing. You don't even know if it's real or not. You really see nothing else besides the few drone videos of death. but you never see like an actual war, like all of these wars portrayed in movies. Does that even happen? You'd never even see it. You never actually see it, so you don't know if it's real or not. You know, there's actually something to really think about. Like all of these video games and movies, war looks really constant battles, right? Like this instant boom, bam, boom, rush, kill. But in reality, it's so slow that no one even notices until it's finished. It's like apparently hasn't there like been like I don't know maybe a million deaths already in the Ukraine versus Russia, but no one even knows what's happening. There's like no footage or anything. No one, no idea. I honestly thought when I was younger, wars would be a lot more visible, but I was wrong because they were always hidden. Every single influencer has, well, they're on the same team anyways, but yeah, it's pretty much just you're on your own at this point. Your own ecosystem is the only way to really get through it. Your own ecosystem. It is what it is. Once we get a lot of funds, I wonder if we should like explore the ocean first. Maybe. Like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, they're trying to explore planets. I want to quickly finish the rest of the ocean, right? We need to finish the rest of the map first. Also, you know that Sentinel Island with like the humans that are like still villagers? Why don't we turn the place into like a nuclear reactor zone or something? Why don't we just wipe them out? I don't know. Thinking about it. Because they're obviously not the correct humans, anyways. I'll see. Foreshadow it. Insane foreshadowing. But yeah, some people, when they have normal jobs, they save up to invest into a business. Some people with money save up into investments and then use the investments to invest into other things. And it all just depends on the ecosystem at this point. But yeah, what an interesting world. Oh yeah, look, just 5 minutes of 12 speed. We've easily pushed the we've easily pushed past 3.1. Is there anything else to talk about? Not really. Today's arm day, so it's gonna be a minute. And this time let's try not to sleep in the afternoon. I don't want that to be a habit again. I'm just gonna drink a bunch of coffee. A shit ton of coffee. Hell yeah. A bunch of coffee. Start streaming. Start doing some more story videos. Scum's wish. Yeah, that's really about it. Excellent. Excellent. There you go. Workout. Summary. What are the numbers? 209 calories, so 100 less than the stairs, of course. And then the estimated time is what, 30 minutes? Yep. And distance 3.3. Look at that, because we ran at 12 speed for, you know, 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, we went from 1.5 to 2.4, so around 9 miles, 0.9 miles, or yeah, basically a kilometer. Not bad. The running definitely feels a lot lighter too. The steam machine and treadmill mix are not a bad combo, I will not lie. Now, since we're doing arm day, we don't really need to change t-shirts. And it looks like golden hour is, huh, it seems like golden hour is just getting less and less. It really does just look like that. Kind of. Oh no, golden hour is slightly more than yesterday, but it's mainly just the Filipino dudes that take up most of the space. But you know, they do their stuff. They're basically always gone by the time we finish the cardio. The Filipino dudes are just already gone. They're already gone by then. But they chill out in the parking lot a lot. Hmm. Just noticed something interesting. I need to say it now and then maybe I'll remember it, but have we actually reached an era in the generation where Playboys, the aftermath of Playboys when they get older, how does that look? I don't actually think we're in the right generation yet. No, they're still playing around, but I wonder when that generation's going to come. That generation where the Playboys and the girls that they slept with become like 60s to 50s. Like, I don't think it's this, no, not this generation. It must be like the next one soon. Soon. They're reaching that level though. I wonder what's going to happen then. Obviously, they have no kids, though, but I just wonder how it's going to work. No. Matter of fact, they're getting close. Getting close. Sensei's getting close. No, he's not. He's still got 30 years. Okay, we're out of date. Now we're out of date. We're not going to see it. Well, I'm going to see it, but you guys won't. Not allowed to die, so I'll see it. Ah, foreshadowing again. I do wonder though what it's going to look like in the future. See how the Playboys, what happens to them. Matter of fact, what even happens to the girls? I think currently what Sensei says, from Sensei's experience, the girls just go get married and have children at like their 30 somethings. I wonder how that's gonna work. Matter of fact, I think there's like a slower, less population. Isn't that what they call like swingers? Like the old fucks that swing, where there's people super weird, crazy. Well, we know what the old ones do. They just go get younger ones in the islands or whatever. We will see when their ecosystem is. You know, now that I think about it, last week we were super sleepy, but this week we're chilling. Yet again, golden hour is looking pretty peak. No joke. It looks like everything's here for us too. Just need to give it a little bit of clean. Yeah, we're gonna have to give it a little bit of a cleaning. Just a little bit of cleaning. Okay. Triceps are actually feeling it this time. Last week was like sleepy, but yeah, this week is fine. Again, that like 4 hours of extra terrible sleep during the midday is definitely bothersome. I don't even know how I fell asleep. I pretty much just laid on the side of my bed and then just disappeared. Woke up and then disappeared again. And I drank a bunch of coffee and then started doing videos. I don't think many people that watch the Cooked Earth series watch these as well and listen to them, but my plans for it are really just to take over the trench. I'll be satisfied with that. Take over the trench and reveal goods. I don't really want to steal and I don't really want to steal the egg. I want to just annihilate every single parent and then steal the egg. That's what I kind of want to do, but that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna just fly in there and steal an egg and you know run away, right? I want to kill them all. Yeah, kill them all. Conquer it. Conquer the trenches. Put some turrets in the middle. Start killing them all. No, don't let them spawn. Yeah. Yep. So as usual, arm days will take the longest. It's alright. Oh, triceps are actually dying this time. I think it's because we've got 20 kgs on the straight bar. Alright. Yeah, I know the drill. Just more water. Yeah. So every morning I have to actually drink coffee. There's no way I don't make it. That one day, no, yesterday I literally didn't drink coffee and started editing. No good idea. First I was really sleepy already, and then yeah, yeah. Seems like the data collection is doing really well. The Earth logs are we've built a habit of them already. It's been so many. Nah, just earth logs are good in general. They're working like a charm. They're they are how is it? They're produced to my vision. They are produced to my vision. It's getting really good as well. Like the earth logs are being produced so well to my vision that editing them feels pretty easy because there's nothing to hide. Straight up the Truman Show. And plus, since we're cutting again, it feels a lot better to a degree. Yeah, it just shows the progress slowly. That's why I like Scorched Earth or Cooked Earth series. It's just showing progress because, I mean, end of the day, it's always just the journey. Sure, the destination's cool and everything, right? But sometimes the journey is what matters. I guess it's kind of like Sensei, because he's reached a destination now and there's not really much journey. And you're always reminiscent on the time of being broke or like right now, since we're ahead, right? Right now, the only thing we reminiscent of is my high school and childhood experiences, right? Because those are the only experiences that I really have much of a eventfulness. And then in the future, this is going to become the old days. But this time, since the data is recorded, it'll be like, man, in the old days, I would just go to the gym in the morning. It was nice and chill. No one around me. It was chill. Or you know what I mean? It's just law. It's just law. But yeah, it's not bad. Fine. Yeah, Earth vlogs are just so good. Can't wait. Can't wait. Yeah. Soon enough, streams are going to be significantly longer. Maybe. Maybe I should have started. I think back in my day, I actually used to do 6+ hours. That was the test run. I think if the law is actually crazy, not gonna lie. Completely forgot about last year. Last year's law was actually insane. I had to explore a whole different ecosystem, but then I honestly just left it. I left the ecosystem, decided to just do Earth logs instead because, it's more real. When were you on an angle? And in fact, I'm pretty sure you guys had a glimpse of it because if you guys actually look at the history of this channel here, I'm pretty sure we did like an entire horror game. I think, yeah, I remembered we played that horror game. Something Depth, something like that. Yeah, we played that one. We also played games on the Xbox, but it went into the gulag. Dude, the lore goes insane. I've created so much lore. It's beautiful. It really is beautiful, isn't it? Also, I'm pretty sure our days are getting faster in this place because our cardio is actually managing to be under 40 minutes again. Before, hold on, shut up, shut up. Sure is. What was I saying before I said shut up? Yes, the cardio. Before, when we were still practicing walking and running, we did about 30 minutes. We went overtime by like 40 minutes, 50 minutes. Yeah, that was when we were in pain. That was when we were like immobilized for a while. Ah, Lord goes crazy, huh? Doesn't it? Isn't that right? I remember, like a couple weeks ago or something like that, we literally could not run or walk. We were literally like disabled. But we've healed up by now. Our first ever long distance run daily killed us. Hmm. Man, Lord goes insane. It's absolutely beautiful. Wouldn't trade it for anything else. Truman Show type style. And if it bites me in the back one day, it does. It is what it is. I know. I understand the choices I make, and I understand the risk and benefits. Matter of fact, it reminds me of that one scene in John Wick. There's the Asian dude, blind Asian dude. I remember him. There was this scene in the movies where it's like the blind Asian man, with Marcus the Grant, right? He's like, I understand the choices I make, or I know the deals I make, and then he'll serve because he serves. Yeah, I think I just really like that line. I don't know why. Just like he's like, I understand the deal I make, and then he's like, I will be of service. That's so cool. That's a man. That's how you know he's a G. He understands the deal he makes, and then he takes a knee, and you know he takes a knee and will be of service because he understands the deal he made. That's it. That's a man right there. Sure is. That was such a cool scene. I like him more than John Wick, I reckon. John Wick's just a murderer, right? He just kills things because someone killed his dog or something. Yeah, John Wick's like the rebellion kind of rebel. Tries to go against the system. Ultimately, just plays the system at the end of the day. That rice we ate yesterday is catching up too. We ate like 0.8 kgs of rice, so it's going to catch up to us today. Well, catching up, it's catching up to us now. The law, the law is going to be insane. The moment the Instagram era comes alive, that is when I know there's going to be definitely a big shift in our system. The moment the Instagram phase comes, which Instagram phase will only come once we fully cut, but we've been adapting. We've gone through so much already. Like from banana to meat diet to meat and veggie diet only to adding carbs to eating peanut butter and bread to 2,600 calories, and now we're currently at around 2,000 to 2,400 calories. And then next month we'll be probably going lower. It depends on how we look and also how we feel. Our stamina is also getting better. Everything's going good. We've actually managed to get a good get a good kind of schedule for gaming and stuff too. Cooked Earth is doing far better than the Island series. Now, I will admit that the two top abs are a lot less visible lately, so that's why we're cutting. Because after 2,600 calories, it's clear that it's not what we need. But I don't really care because that's the whole point of the law. Looks like we're gonna have to be changing spots for the biceps later on. Yeah, we'll go over here, set that up later. But yeah, top two abs are slightly less than usual, but that's okay because the law will get. I I believe in future me. I've said that many times. And was I wrong? No. Oh yeah, the reason we stopped doing the 911 calls video is because the people already did. But I mean, from POV perspectives, when the people tell stories, you know that they're not going to die either because if they were able to tell a story, that means they made it out alive. You know, we have gained muscle and fat. Oh, I already said it a long time ago. It seems like the fat has definitely traveled from above to below. Yeah, not worry about it because yeah, we got it in the back. Our vlog's gonna be insane. Can't wait. What else did I do today? And the golden hour is so good today as well. Literally no one's near me. I mean, golden hour right now is under 5 people again, right? But this time everyone's not even near me. Everyone's on the other side. So I've literally just it's perfect. Can't everyone's just on the complete opposite side. You know what's interesting? The Matrix doesn't even attack me. I think it's because since I'm an anomaly, I don't actually I look at both sides now, right? But they probably need some new anomalies soon. I'll be a great candidate. Right, let's go check our weight. And then we're on fives for that. We're on fives for that. and then we're gonna do some biceps, and yeah, we're chilling. Yeah, definitely doing the cardio in 30 minutes allows us to minus 10 to 20 minutes of the actual routine that we used to have. Might as well wash my hands as well while we're at it. Probably gonna wash your hands too. And we're gonna assume we're gonna be 70 kgs considering the rice we ate yesterday. Yeah, I mean, that was predicted, right? 70.5. So basically 20 Gs more, no, 200 grams more, which is kind of. Hold on, I'm washing my hands real quick. There you go, hands are washed. I honestly thought it'd be heavier, because that's only 200 grams difference. Fascinating again. I really thought it would be a lot, like, would be at least 400 grams heavier. But it looks like we're still ranging in that area. It's all good though. It's really all good. I think our true weight is probably 67. No, no. Our true weight is actually, well, our true weight is actually 69 minus 3, 66. 60. Our true weight is around 64 to 65 kgs in reality. But that's when we're like completely dead, empty. Like no water, no food, starving to death. That's most likely our actual weight. But our Earth log weight is definitely going to be, I think when we fully cut, probably be around 67, 66, 65, around that. Really just depends. But we're not bulking anymore again. So we're not gonna be gaining any more muscle. We might be losing it again. But 2,600 is definitely not our thing. Yeah, 2,600 calories is not. Our body doesn't really respond to it that well. Oh well, yeah, we haven't even gone. We haven't played any other games besides Cooked Earth. I really should do other games, but instead of other games, I really just story create instead. Ecosystem testing. I just do that instead because that is mildly more entertaining and I learn more than just playing a video game. Because video games pattern recognition. They go, as usual. We could do the Superman. We could do the Superman things, but just from a quick glance of it, looks like none of them are even. This one's fine and even, so really there's no point. Earth blocks are insane. Man, I just keep praising it because I just know how strong it's going to be in the future. Especially since I still maintain every single raw data possible. Which means in the very, very far future, I could always just give the raw footage to an editing team and they could like recap everything. It's gonna be great. Could make it into a movie. Literally. I mean, sure, it's gonna take them a lot of time, but that's what I'm paying them for in the beginning. That's what I'm paying them. Is there anything else to say? I don't know. There's not really. I haven't really looked at like the news or stuff recently. It's because it's just been so mundane, so boring. Just focus on my own ecosystem. Yeah. Hmm. Is there anything else? That's actually go to. Okay. Is there anything else to say? Actually, I feel like headphones are actually nice now. Because I do notice that when I wear headphones, I can barely hear myself. But like when I talk, um, yeah, I just feel like wearing headphones with the mic is better. So far though, these headphones are a lot more sturdier than the Pulse Elites. I remember when we used to use the Pulse Elites, but they started breaking. And also, we stopped using the Pulse Elites for ARC as well because It turns out that the Bluetooth audio for the OBS is not as good. It doesn't really take the input as well as just using straight up headphones, right? And then we've also adapted to just using a Blue Yeti mic instead. Yeah. I've gotten used to the Blue Yeti mic already in my face. Only downside is that it just makes me not be able to drink water as efficiently because the mic is in the way. Usually I could just boom, left hand, chug it, right? But now I have to like reach around with my right hand to get the water bottle. So yeah. I could always just put the water bottle on the ground, but I swear if I knock it over, disc is really small. I mean, I'm pretty sure, yeah, the law is so insane that we literally built the disc setup on video. Like, you guys literally can watch the whole process of how I built it. Haven't changed it. We haven't really unboxed anything either recently. We literally have the peer gaff as well, but just haven't even used that either. Haven't even gone to the peer. Ever since we bought that like $100 peer gaff thing, we just stopped using it. And that lab coat was like 65 bucks. But honestly, I didn't even really care about the price, to be honest. I just wanted a lab coat, and now we have a lab coat. Filthy Frank. Huh. We're gonna be using this after that. And yeah, we haven't actually explored the other gyms in a while. Everything's just clockwork, really. It's gonna be clockwork for a couple more weeks. Yeah, really, it's just clockwork. Nothing else to it. Don't mind it though, considering that there are so many options and we could always change ecosystems at a click of a finger. Fun fact, I can't even click my fingers. Don't know how. Matter of fact, yeah, I never know how to click my fingers. Never did, never bothered. Can't even whistle either. I'll just go, hey. That's it. One thing I do know, oh, something that reminded me is funny, not funny. Oh, it is pretty funny. Well, when I was younger, it was funny to me. You know, Filthy Frank's video of like, hold on, let me just do this real quick. Filthy Frank's videos, there was like a scene where Filthy Frank literally goes to a random person on the street and says like, hey man, I wanna commit Sudoku. And then that just reminds me of when I was younger. I remember going in public with the boys, and I just went to like a random stranger on the second story. I was like, hey man, if I fell off that, you'll die, something like that. For some reason, that was really funny when I was younger. Just go to a random stranger, but hey man, if you fall from this distance, you'll die. It was just like so. I don't know how that's funny, but that's just so. I remember that so clearly, just straight up. I was a menace, kind of extrovert menace, kind of. Yeah, kind of. Literally just literally just talk to random people. Just be like, just treating them like NPCs. Straight up. Straight up just treat them like an NPC. Like, yo, what's good? We're running out of things to talk about. There's no topics. And the students recently have said nothing interesting. Matter of fact, this is actually a listen, not listen, but a thing from Scum's Wish. Not from Scum's Wish, but also mixed with students and also ecosystem test. But when something bothers you, you should might as well just confront the problem before, instead of trying to find something else that like, how to say it? Okay, example is there's this wife who's upset with her husband because her husband hasn't given her any kind of intimacy for 3 months straight. So, in res- in response, the wife doesn't even tell the husband that. Instead, she just goes and cheats and has an affair. It's like, what? Why would you do that? Just talk to him and tell him what you want. I think we've gone through this topic many times, but what do you want? It's that simple. Is something bothering you? What do you want? Instead, it's the same as a scum's wish. We haven't actually analyzed this thing properly on video yet, but it's like instead of confronting the problem, you just find something that just lowers the chances of. It's like what? It just doesn't make sense. What do you want? What is your purpose? What is who, what, where, why, how, right? And you really just have to think of the most logical chess piece move, right? It's really about it. Think about like what's the problem? The problem is husband's not giving enough time. Okay, what is the best chess move? What is the best chess move on the board? Well, asking him and confronting him sounds a lot better because what are the consequences? He'll just say no or talk to you about it, right? There's no other consequences. Ooh, what about this chess move? Let me go and find another person and have an affair, and then tell him later. What? What? Doesn't make any sense. The chess moves, logic thinking doesn't make sense. I mean, the same thing can be said for like opposite. You could literally just do for the opposite gender, right? Straight up, if you're a male and you haven't got enough action from your wife, instead of like trying to do other stuff, right? Just straight up tell her, yo, not enough, not enough time together. Spend time, or I will do this. You know, that's actually you give people choices sometimes too. It's be like, hey, this is a problem here. Give me your solution, and I'll see if I agree on it. If not, I will do this. It's like, hey, this is the problem. This is how I'm going to solve it. If you can't solve it, do you accept? If you cannot solve this problem, I will use my solution. It really just depends. Really just depends. Be like, hey, this isn't working out. Here's my proposal. What is your proposal? And then we analyze it, and be like, okay, cool. I'm gonna do this, and if you don't agree, that's it, done. It's so simple. Just people don't understand. They rather just avoid. I think that's just the framework of being an A side. If you have the framework of being on an A side where you don't actually need them, they need you, it's so easy. It's so easy to just win because you know that you don't actually need them. They need you. And if they don't need you, then that's it, done. That's the best thing about being an A side. So you're not relying on anyone. You're just you're just the A side. That's why you don't chase, you don't do anything. But even if you're the A side, you can still chase to a degree as well. But you got to be real clear about your intentions and not fall into the B side by accident. Expectations and stuff like that. Straight up, like in the future, right? For me, if we ever take if we ever take the Playboy route, I literally have to end up saying something like, "Hey, this is purely just for this and this. I don't have any intentions of this in the future. However, if certain scenario happens, I will take responsibility and all that stuff, right? Because you know the game you play. Makes sense. Matter of fact, a lot of cheating and what's it called, infidelity, can be solved if you really just talk to the person. Like seriously, what do you want? What's the problem? But of course, you have. It's not that simple, but to a degree, it is that simple. There's also a certain, not manipulation, but there's a certain like thing you can do. I've seen it in the ecosystem tests I've done, where it's like you on purposely, man, it's kind of like you give your word, right? But then you kind of, I would say, you don't. It's not like you want them to cheat. but you give them a lot more freedom to give them a choice if they will cheat or not, and then you can finally have like a moral, or you can have like a code where it's like, okay, well they cheated, so done. I can move on safely without, you know. But at the same time, it's kind of like a certain. Okay, it's probably not making sense because it's in my mind, but it's also kind of like how it's kind of like a trap-ish. It really depends on the karmic retribution, right? But sometimes it's also like on purposely letting the door open, no, letting the door wide open and letting a person come inside just to kill him. It really just depends, huh? It's kind of like it's kind of like a porch pirate, like those porch pirate traps. Like you on purposely you on purposely leave a package on the front porch, knowing that there's a high chance of someone stealing it, and you like put a bomb to it. But then like to a degree, it's like, well, it was my package, so you shouldn't have stole it, and now it's your fault for being blowing up. But at the same time, you on purposely let them. It's like you on purposely. How do you say it? I don't know how I'm saying. But in my mind, it really is like a certain thing. It's like they want you to a degree. But at the same time, it's like the karmic retribution isn't there because they warned you as well. It's kind of, it's kind of like this, right? You have a, you have a diamond in the field, but you have a whole bunch of signs saying if you, if you touch the diamond, you're gonna get shot and killed. But then you like leave it wide open. You go on social media, you post it saying there's a diamond in the field, right? But like they knew that it's something like that. It's just, I'm not sure what it's called. Not sure what kind of tactic that is, but it's like you're on purposely, but not purposely. But it's like, yeah, I think you guys understand what I'm saying, right? Maybe the smart ones will understand what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's kind of like maybe it's like in World War, they the army would on purposely let the soldiers push into the bulge so they could surround him, right? But no, that doesn't make sense either because that's a completely different context to having words and stuff. It's kind of like a company sells a product, right? But the product's really dangerous. But then they sell it for cheap on purpose. So it gives people that people will buy it more even though they know it's bad. Kind of like junk food. I don't know, there's too many contexts in the ecosystems for it to make sense. But it's also kind of like junk food, where it's like, we tell you it's bad to eat, but we'll lower the price so cheap that you might just buy it and eat it anyways. But it's bad for you, but you knew that it's bad for you, but it's cheap. Something like that. That has to work. It's like karmic retribution ish. So when it comes to relationships and infidelity, it's like, well, I told you that we'll break up if you cheat. But hey, go out with those guys if you want. If you want, it's something like that. Something like that. Makes it makes sense kind of. It's like hey, this peace treaty or this deal we have. If you break this deal, this happens. But I'm not gonna stop you, or like not gonna stop you. You know the deal. It's actually kind of also like how to say this. When you get a driver license, it's like okay, well, if you break the speed limit, you have to pay this fine. But hey, here's a very wide open road, no traffic. You can speed if you want. It's like that. It really is like that. It's like giving a kind of. It's you guys get. I think I've. How many more examples can I quickly pump out? DJI drone. Hey, you might get in trouble if you fly above this distance or fly into a plane, but we're not going to stop you. You can fly into it if you want. Also, the exact same as Sensei and Earth logs. It's like, hey, if you this is a chessboard game, right? But we're not going to stop you. It is what it is. Something, something. I don't actually know what I'm saying, but hopefully the examples can give you an idea of what I'm trying to say. All right. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate it again. See you guys next time, all right?
Another one.